record it, drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always bored.
And we resume again today, day 32. Welcome. It's so good to be back up and running. And as I said yesterday in my live this past week has been monumental. I really have got a whole new level of clarity on so much, almost like a last piece of the puzzle fell into place. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the end of the journey for me. This is just a last piece of a puzzle, okay? This just means a breakthrough to a whole new level. But in that whole new level, there are more insights and awareness and more breakthroughs to be gained. And that is what so many people misunderstand about self-evolution. We never get there. We just break through new levels of awareness, which means we are constantly growing. And what happens as we grow, we become more and more enriched in wisdom and in fulfillment, which brings greater levels of prosperity in all areas of life. One of the days over the past week, I literally got a download of information from the field, and I'm going to be creating a new opportunity for people to work with me one-on-one so that they can experience the same level of breakthroughs that I did. But I'll be sharing more on that in due course. It was really mind-blowing. It was beyond mind-blowing. So, we left off last week talking about the distortion that we tend to fall for in labeling. So did you find the areas in your life that you label, and where you label things negatively, where was the opposite? It is a trap that we can easily and unconsciously fall into. So often in my experience, has the most devastating impact on relationships. So one to be aware of. So as you're coming on, please do say hi. It's great to have you here again. If you're up to date, give me a thumbs up. Let me know, that'd be great. If you're watching the replay, please also hashtag replay, because I always come back and see, and I will acknowledge your post and say, hi, I see you. Okay, so today I'm going to ask you to do something that will take quite a lot of potential overwhelm and stress out of your life, okay, about this transformational journey. And what I want you to do is start getting clear on what I call mind the gap. Here's the thing, when we set a goal or you think of something, you tend to think of something as a whole. For example, you set a financial goal. I want to be financially empowered. I want to be financially free, for example. So people assume that in order to get financially empowered, they need to have millions in the bank or millions in net worth, okay? Whereas in actual fact, if they actually took a look and saw what is the minimum viable number that I need in order to be financially free right now, and get clarity on what that is, and look at where they are, what is their net worth now, and then focus on the gap, filling that gap. Because the problem is when we set a goal, we look at it as a whole. For example, I've got to get fit. So I've got to get fit as an example. So then it becomes all about getting fit. But in actual fact, you most likely have a level of fitness. So what you need to achieve is between where you are now and where you would love to get to. And basically it comes down to that distortion thinking that we sometimes think all or nothing, right? Black and white thinking. So when we set an intention, we feel like the whole needs to be done, if you get what I mean. When in actual fact, we don't appreciate that we've already gone so far on that journey. Like, for example, if we set a New Year's resolution and, like it's New Year, a new resolution, and it becomes almost like we feel we have to go back to the beginning. Okay, when we set the same resolution last year as we're doing this year, didn't achieve it last year, so we'll do it this year. But if you set a resolution that you want to get fit, you might have done some work on it already. If you want to master a skill, you've done some work on it already, but you didn't finish it. Okay, how often have we tried to start back from the beginning, set another intention, achieve another goal at another time, where you assume you've got to go back to the beginning? The reality is often we don't need to go back to the beginning. We need to understand where we are at and understand where we would love to get to. And it's the gap we need to focus on. And this is something that's really important when we're setting goals and setting intentions. Okay, we're looking at what it is we would love to achieve, focusing on the gap, not the whole. A classic example that I ask my clients to do, for example, is look at all the main areas of their life, be it physical, mental, social, relationships, vocation, career, wealth, financial. Are they empowered in each of those areas? And where are they not empowered? And any area of life they're not empowered, we look at what extent they are empowered in that area of life and where they would love to get to. And that will make them, where they would love to get to in order to feel empowered. And it's the gap is what we then focus on. That's a massive impact on how you're feeling about the journey you're on. It does not feel as overwhelming. It doesn't make you feel as stressed. It doesn't make you feel like a failure, which is important because you might have tried or set that intention before or tried that goal before and not achieved it. Okay, because you might have tried it over and over again. Because each time you don't assess where you're at, and you might have tried before, but you're not giving yourself credit for what you have achieved. You're not acknowledging the growth that you have created. So your task today is to look at what it is you would love to achieve, what this transformational journey means for you, what area of life are you focusing on, and look at where you're at and where you'd love to be. And that gap is where your attention is required, okay? You do not need to start from the beginning. You do not need to start from scratch. You have history. You have achieved so much just by being you. You've gained so much traction just by being you. Okay, now it's time to capitalize. Okay, it's time to capitalize. Capitalize on everything you've achieved so far. Capitalize on where you've got to so far. That will help you stay in a state of abundance and opportunity and sheer potentiality. It will keep you out of being frustrated. It will help you avoid feelings of failure, feelings of overwhelm and stress. And also it will make it feel doable, because it's not like you're trying to recreate the wheel, okay? It's not like you're trying to recreate from the beginning. You're developing on what you've already done, what you've already achieved. So your task for today is to find that gap and start focusing on filling that gap, okay? Now, warning. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting day. It's going to be a big day. I know what's in store, okay? So I really want you to do this step today, okay? It might take a little bit more time. It might take a bit of time to get your head around it, but tomorrow will be so much more powerful and impactful for you when you get today under wraps, okay? I know how big tomorrow is, and you're going to enjoy it, I promise. So, if you liked today, if you're enjoying the challenge so far, please do share this, okay? And if you know anybody that would really benefit from this challenge, from going through this experience, please do share and tag the person that you feel would benefit from doing this challenge as well, okay? And don't forget to update your workbook. Okay, very important. It is critically important to update your workbook. I'll talk more about that, why it's so important in days to come. But trust me, it is vital to update your workbook. All right, take care. I'll catch you tomorrow. Love and gratitude. Bye-bye.